Have you ever bought anything that ended up more than you expected, like a plane ticket? All the added fees and for taxes, for luggage, even your seat on the plane. Seems like things keep adding up more than the list price. In a restaurant, you expect to leave a tip, so the meal is really more than the list price. It's the same with buying a house. The final cost is also more than the list price. This is Dia Irby with this week's market update, discussing what you need to know about closing costs. You've decided to buy a house and are ready to make it happen, and you want to plan ahead for the costs that are a typical part of the home buying process. And while your down payment is probably the number one expense on your mind and the due diligence that you need in our market, don't forget about closing costs. Simply put, your closing costs are the additional fees and payments you have to make at closing costs. And while they'll vary based on the price of the home and how it's being financed, every buyer has these, so they shouldn't be a surprise. It's just that some people forget to budget for them. According to Freddie Mac, this part of the home buying process typically includes application fees, credit report fees, loan origination fees, appraisal fees, home inspection fees, title insurance, homeowner's insurance, survey fees, attorney fees, taxes, and I'll add to Freddie Mac's list that with the new decision about compensation for buyer agents, that may be part of your closing cost. You'll have a conversation with your agent, maybe me, about what percent you will pay. And this can come from the seller, but with the new ruling, it doesn't necessarily. That's the big change. Some of these are one-time expenses that are baked into your closing cost. Others, like homeowner's insurance, are initial installment payments for ongoing responsibilities you'll have once you take possession of the home. How much are closing costs? The same Freddie Mac article goes on to say, and I quote, "Closing costs vary greatly depending on your location and the price of your home. Typically, you should be prepared to pay between 2% and 5% of the home purchase price in closing fees." End quote. With that in mind, here's how you can get an idea of what you'll need to budget. Let's say you find a home you want to purchase at today's median price of $422,600. Based on the 2 to 5% Freddie Mac estimate, your closing fees could be between roughly $8,452 and $21,130. Keep in mind, if you're in the market for a home above or below this price range, your numbers will, of course, be higher or lower. Here are a few tips to reduce your closing costs. If you're wondering if there's any way to inch that down a little bit, NerdWallet lists a few things that could help. First suggestion, negotiate with the seller. Some sellers are willing to cover part or all of these expenses, especially since homes are staying on the market a bit longer now. Sellers may be more motivated to compromise, and you'll find you have a bit more negotiation power. So don't hesitate to ask them for concessions, like paying for the home inspection or giving you a credit toward closing costs. Keep in mind that it is still a seller's market, and this option is not very likely. Another good tip, shop around for home insurance. Since rising home insurance is a challenge in many areas of the country right now, take the time to get a clear picture of all your options. Each insurance company offers their own policies and coverage, so get multiple quotes and see how they compare. Choosing a policy that provides reliable coverage at a competitive rate can make a difference. And lastly, look into closing cost assistance. Ask your lender about this. Just like there are programs out there to help you with down payment options, there are options that exist to help you with closing costs too. While they'll vary by area, there are programs for various income levels, certain professions, and specific towns or neighborhoods too. If you want to learn more, experience says, and I quote, your real estate professional should be able to steer you toward applicable programs, and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, maintains a helpful resource for finding home buying assistance programs in every state. End quote. Bottom line, planning for the fees and payments you'll need to cover when you're closing on your home is important, and it doesn't have to be a big surprise. With the right experts on your side, a good lender, and your favorite realtor, you can make sure you're prepared. Let's connect so you have someone you can go to for more tips and advice. Remember, I'm here to answer your questions and guide you on your real estate journey. Until next time, stay informed and stay positive. This is Dia Irby, your favorite realtor, by your side all the way. Bye now.